Good afternoon, dear professors, dear teacher Alma, dear classmates. Welcome to my presentation. Let me introduce myself. My name is Patricia Meneses Razo. My matricular number is 1909-26-009, and the name of my tutor is Alma Garcia Salazar. Today I present my work, that is my final work, and the name is Teaching in the Pandemic. That is a proposal for my educational intervention. This is for obtain my diploma of specialization in teaching and learning of English as a foreign language. This is the online modality. Here I show you the cover page of my work, in which I explain to you what is the purpose and that I study in Universidad Pedagógica Nacional, Unidad Ajusco, and that is my receptional work. Then I show you the index, in which I show you how I distribute this context. Here is introduction for my work. There I present and I give you my opinion about what happened there. I choose first, I told you that I choose this textbook, and that is English in Common 1, and it is because my students study that book, and I want to present you how I manage this book with the knowledge that I acquired in this course, in this postgrad. The unit that I choose is the unit number 10, and there we saw simple past and future events. What grammar point we use? We use simple past with regular verbs and irregular verbs, and going to with the use of ing and in a long sentence. Also in this unit we saw how to read magazines, newspapers, books, and how the students has the opportunity to practice the English that they acquired. Here is a brief description of what happened with this one.
Education cannot stop. It is a fundamental right. Let's be sure to keep it that way, through this crisis and well beyond, and to draw as well the lessons of this crisis for the future of education. Thank you very much.
Change in the world education. We use our device that we have in our house, like a computers or our phones, mobile phones, our laptops. So we use our technological device. Those devices help us how to give the online classes. In this case, sometimes Also, we have few students that move on from one state to other state, and in this case they have a different manners to work. So we have to cover this page because that is a big challenge to stay here and give the online classes to our students with the technological tools that we have or with the methods that we use. First, I present to you the chapter number 1. There, we have the philosophy and the theory. Let me tell you why I study English. Why am I interested in English? It's because when I was a child, I like to play very much with my little friends. I used to play with them that and a role play. They are different people for different country, and we speak a different language. Finally, in that moment, we didn't know how to talk and we didn't know how to express, but we understand. So now that's the reason for I am studying English, and I am being interested in English and how I acquire the knowledge. I studied many years, and now I study too. So that is opportunity to work as a teacher and give my knowledge to my students in a better way. So be part of the crew that belong to the University Fidel Velázquez is a excellent and amazing role. To be a teacher there is something I don't know how to express. Great, amazing, awesome. That is very good to work there. Also, I feel very proud for my students that acquire the knowledge, acquire the language, and they went to the scholarships in other countries, in foreign countries, and they try to give ideas, to sharing their ideas with other English speakers. So really, it's very proud. I listen to them or hearing them to try to communicate. Obviously, that is part of the change of the world. Maybe now they speak only in the school, but tomorrow when they are gonna to be a businessman or maybe a professors also, they have the opportunity to speak more. So we go to the pedagogical reflection, and that is about to be prepared for this quarantine, we as a teachers. How do we do that? Because we take courses, maybe for platforms, maybe for how to use the Google Classroom, maybe, or how to use Kahoot. And the new material that we have, maybe to invent. And how do we use the device that we have for this quarantine? Make nice breakers to be motivated, because that is the best important here and the most important thing, that our students will be motivated because of our online sessions. Then we have the theoretical basis about language learning, and language teaching of the model. The first one that we have is reading. In this case, I choose this part of the textbook, that is the first parts of the reading about the story of Mona Lisa. Here, they use the scanning, analyze vocabulary, or imply meaning. All of them, that is for comprehension activities. But let me tell you something. Remember, Brown said, be free and feel free to educate your students in a liberal education with a basic knowledge in a range of disciplines. Well, I tell you, my personal beliefs and feelings are my own philosophy to guide students through the learning process and the integration of the technology. This technology allows our students to acquire successful education. We continue with listening. In this case also, I choose one part of the textbook, that is a listening, that is the second part of the Mona Lisa story. And in this case, they predicting content, they listening for guests, they listening for details, and they infer meanings. So we continue with the last micro skills that I present to here. Here is speaking. Also, I choose the last part, that is the last part of the Mona Lisa story. And in this case, they pronounce words better, answer the questions that the book asks them, ask for or give information, or use the grammar and the new vocabulary. In this case, we present 3 micro skills. So now the methodology and the practice that I choose for present to you. So in this case, we have books, we have attendance class, interactive games. So we have Kahoot, Quizlet, live worksheet, roulettes, and memorams, forms on Google Classroom. So in this case, the last 3, well, I try to do it and I try to create for my classes. Then we have book platforms that we use because we use this kind of book. And we have other 3 new platforms, PeerDic, Pixton, and Airpod. These last 3 help us also for our online classroom. So here I present to you the lesson plan, in which I say step by step our information and our class. So in this case, we have here the 3. We have reading, listening, and speaking. That is the step of the lesson. Then in the middle, so in this part, we have the professor activities. Then we have here the student activity, the material, and the number and the evaluation. This is that I present in my lesson plan. That is there. We have the link in order. Maybe if you want to see that. So then we have my final presentation video. So here I present to you the classes that I cover in my lesson plans. So here is the link if you want to see them. But I present to you some flashes, so in order that you see how I move it in the online sessions. So here is the in this case explain the syllabus to my students.
That is the content that we have in our unit. So remember, we have the unit number 10. That is the last one from your book. So in this case, we will see past and future.
Then we have one interactive activities in Kahoot.
So now we have that is a warm-up verbs. Okay. So we have the Kahoot about Kahoot. And this is our pin. You have to go to this one. Kahoot. And this is the pin. On your cell phone, please go. So we have 10 questions. So please, you have to answer this one. Okay. So we have the passport of Ganar. So you have this one on your, what happened? You have to tell me. You have to tell me.
Okay, so then I explain to you the warm-up for that
game. That is because we have this activity. That is this one. Okay. So we have here our verbs. Yes. So you have 15 seconds to do this one. So that.
Okay. And then we have some activities with my students.
Okay.
Say the answers.
And you have to answer this part of your book. Okay. In this case, that is, you have to write good or bad on the lines. So please, the number one, can you read the number one, Arely?
It was good.
Okay, continue. At the end, you put it the word.
It was a good week for pop group. Guild's concert was last Friday.
Okay. And this is the last one. Here, interacting during the activity.
It was good.
Okay, continue. At the end, you put it the word.
It was a good week for.
Okay, those are my examples on how I get my, well, in this case, gave these classes. So that is an example in order that you see that I pretend to include all the activities and the knowledge that I acquired in this course. So then we have my conclusions. So we have here my conclusions. The first one that we have, that is because that is a wonderful experience that I have with this postgrad. And studying the specialization in teaching and learning English as a second language was amazing. This is an amazing challenge that I acquired, and my outcomes now are real. And from now on, I am implementing my knowledge in my classes, because that is a great opportunity to do that. So these are my conclusions. I hope my video was very good. So Thank you. Thank you. Good. So, thank you. Thank you for your attendance. That's all for today.